friends that I've known for 10, 20, 30, and 40 years stopped speaking with me over the course of the past 2.5 years because of my medical status or our differences of opinions about the medical status, right? So there's a lot of loss that has happened over the past 2.5 years that have nothing to do with death, although it feels like a death. Relationships gone, families broken apart, lots of sadness. So how do we bounce back? Welcome to Andrea Beeman Speaks Out. This is where you get access to uncensored, holistic, and alternative healing wisdom to support your body, mind, and spirit and help you live a happier and more vibrant life while you're living on planet Earth in a perfectly designed human body. And you get it all without any bullcrap or nonsense. Let's dive into today's episode. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another fabulous episode of Andrea Beeman Speaks Out. I'm so happy that you're here. Today, we're going to talk about the loss of loved ones, friends, and family during the last 2.5 years of the pandemic. And I'm not talking about people that have died from a virus. I'm talking about people that have cut you off from friendship and from family engagements. I'm talking about that kind of loss, right? So I'm going to give you some great examples. I have lots of clients that have told me, oh, Andrea, I was invited to my niece's wedding, and then I got a message, you're uninvited because of your medical status. Or I had one client who wasn't allowed to see their father in the hospital because of their medical status, and the father was dying. I even had a friend tell me that she was scheduled to go to a lunch with her mom and her aunt, but at the last minute, the aunt said, oh no, she can't come to lunch because of her medical status. In my own personal life, I had friends that I've known for 10, 20, 30, and 40 years stop speaking with me over the course of the past 2.5 years because of my medical status or our differences of opinions about the medical status, right? So there's a lot of loss that has happened over the past 2.5 years that have nothing to do with death, although it feels like a death. Relationships gone, families broken apart. And you may be asking yourself, well, why did they do it? You know, you may be sad and angry and pissed off and, why did they do it? Why did they cut me out of the family? Why did they, stop being friends with me? Maybe the relationship wasn't very good to begin with and they just needed an excuse to say, hey, sayonara, sucker. Right? That's a possibility. Maybe they felt like they were peer pressured. Maybe they were scared. And when people are scared, they do things reactively rather than rationally and reasonably. Maybe they thought that you were a murderer, like some of my friends, and even people on the street calling me a murderer because I didn't have a mask on and because of my medical status. It could be any number of reasons why they cut you out of their life. So what can you do now? Now that there is this empty space, what can you do? Well, you can certainly get angry about it. You can be like, they cut me off. Screw them. I don't care. I'm cutting them off too, right? But that's just like two bulls hitting heads. They cut you off. You cut them off. It's the same reaction. You can get angry, but I have to tell you that a wise woman once told me many years ago, she said, Andrea, if I hold on to anger directed at anyone else, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. I don't know where she got it from. Maybe the Buddha, some wise sage, I don't know, Lao Tzu. It doesn't matter where it came from, but that's wisdom. You can also cry about the loss. That's normal. Cry about it. Cry that you had this relationship with this person or people or family member, and now it's over, and treat it as if it's a death, meaning the person didn't die. We know that they didn't die, but treat it as if it's a death because they're no longer in your life and you can't see them again. You can't communicate with them. You may miss them. So when somebody dies, all of that happens. We get sad, we get angry, we get depressed, right? All that stuff happens. And you don't stop loving that person when they die. That's not the way that it works. You still love that person when they die. So that's what I'm going to suggest to you, is that If there was someone in your life that cut you off over the past 2.5 years, you had a relationship with them for however long, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, who knows how long. So there will be this loss. There will be this death of the relationship. So mourn it, grieve it, but keep the door or the window in your heart open to allow them to come back in at some point, because you never know. They may, 5 years down the line and 27 shots later, they may say, oh, maybe I could have still remained friends with that person, regardless of their medical status. Or I could have invited that person to my wedding. Keep the doorway to your heart open, because they may come back. And even if they don't come back, if that doorway to your heart is open, then someone new can come in and fill that space. A new friend. You may not be able to get a new family member, although you could adopt someone. You could adopt a child, or you could adopt an elder as a grandparent, right? There's lots of things that you could do. One of the things that happens when you keep your heart open is you have a lightness of being, of freedom. You're not weighted down by the drama and the trauma and all of that stuff and all of that nonsense, right? Because there's a lot of nonsense going on. And if you can, throughout this time, this challenging time for humans, if you can keep your heart open as wide as possible and as often as possible, it will support you in so many ways, and it'll support the people around you. And you never know, with that type of vibration, who you're going to attract back to you. New friends, new people, good spirits, good energy, and always keep that space open for the possibility of the person who cut you out of their life, for them to return. Right? Send them love, send them off on their journey, whatever the reason why they did, it doesn't matter. It's, their reason is their reason. It may have nothing to do with you at all. So let's see if I have a good power thought today. Let's see what the universe, according to Louise Hay, has to say to us today. Okay. Let's pick one of these little guys. Oh, it's a good one. It's this one. I am in the process of positive change. I am unfolding in fulfilling ways only good can come to me. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. So no matter what happened over the past couple of years, keep in mind that you're in the process of positive change. Keep your heart open. Keep your mind open. Stay in a positive vibration as much as possible. Don't go to those negative spaces. I know that they're there. It's every time you turn on the news or the radio or at social media, right? Negative, everywhere you go. So grieve the people that you lost. Send them love and continue on your journey, because you are in the process of positive change. Big thanks and a whole lot of love for tuning in today. All we have in life is time, and I am honored that you spent your time with me. If you are inspired and want to learn more, head on over to www.andreabeeman.com and sign up to receive updates about reclaiming your health and your happiness in the most delicious and easy ways.